Hello, everybody, and welcome to our webinar with our Work-Life Balance Committee and barristers on the unique lawyer mindset. Thank you for being here. I wanted to let you know there's a few things that the BHBA is doing for us. We have membership for everyone, 3 levels. The sustainer level, actually, which allows you to attend these webinars for free, is actually free for law students and anyone in their first 3 years of practice. So please sign up for that so you can actually see these webinars for free. We also have virtual offices at the BHBA. The bhba.org/virtual office. They will take your mail for you. They'll take your packages. And so if virtual office is something that you're interested in, please contact the BHBA for more information or go to bhba.org/virtual office. We also have a group called The Network. So it's a networking group where you can meet people for other attorneys and other professionals. And that is for members only. And you can find out more about that at bhba.org, The Network. So those are some things that we want to let you know about that are going on at the BHBA. And now we'll get started with our webinar. So this is the unique lawyer mindset. My name is Nadira. I am the barrister president. And I have my friends and colleagues here, Alina and Andreea Serban. Andreea is the chair for the Work-Life Balance Committee. And so I practice in business and real estate. I have a background in marketing and sales. And so we wanted to talk a little bit about how you can help achieve your goals and reach your full potential as a unique lawyer. So Andreea and Alina, if you want to introduce yourselves and tell a little bit about yourselves, then we can get started.
Sure. Thank you so much, Nadira, for this invitation and making possible this webinar. It's a really privilege for me. And I'm Andreea Serban. I'm a lawyer and psychologist, and I'm a chair of Work-Life Balance Committee. So I'm here now to create this new mindset for lawyers, and I'm more than happy sharing with you and seeing guys where we are in this period and how we can bring together more balance and to recreate our mindset in this pandemic time.
Hello everyone, my name is Alina Serban. I'm a lawyer, psychologist, and a wealth and well-being coach for lawyers. And I thank you also, Dira. I thank Beverly Hills Bar Association for this great opportunity to share our value to barrister and to all lawyers here in this webinar. We are honored and we are happy to share. And now I think we can start with the first slide.
Sure.
Okay, success. It's we start just right away.
Yes.
So if we all want to be successful, I think that's why we're all here.
Exactly. So, you know, I was mentioned before about this period of time because it's important to see where we are, you know, in this period of time. So I recognize all lawyers are here. They are ready to recreate and to rebuild the new mindset. So already being here, we are looking to have a success and to reframe our mindset. And you know, when we take this decision to make a new mindset, already it's a big challenge there, you know, because changing it's very challenging. So congratulations to all participants being here and taking these steps towards success. And I think this is gonna make a difference. And let's see what success means in this quote here that we love so much, this quote. It's success is progressive realization of a worth goal or ideal. So let's see how it was for us, to share a little bit about our story and how we see like success, what it was for us. And I invite everybody, everyone to have in the mind what success means and to create a definition. So Dira, I'm going to invite you to tell a little bit about how you see success.
For me, success is being able, I think I mentioned this to you before in our Work-Life Balance Committee meeting, that success for me is putting together what I want to do and what I have to do. So for example, I have to work to sustain myself, but also there are things that are within my interests or my talents that I'd like to do, and to intertwine those two things to actually be able to make money to, support myself, to be able to live in an apartment and to buy food and the things that we need to do. So there are things that you have to do for your necessities, and then the things that you want to do for your life. And so if I can interchange the two and be able to still sustain myself financially, that's kind of what I consider success. I also want to incorporate relationships in that and be able to build relationships with people and have friends and be with my family. Like, I think all those things together for me, it makes a successful person.
Thank you so much. It's so important to have this balance and to have the awareness of what I want to do and what I have to do. It's amazing. And I think it's very inspiring for everyone. So what is for you, Alina?
First of all, success, it's progress. It's no perfection. It's every day to do something for your dream. And in my case, I decided to have success in this career like a lawyer when I was 16. And when our parents divorced and my mother lawyers asked me, what you gonna do as an adult? And in that moment, I decided I'm gonna become a lawyer like you. So in my mind, it was a representation of success in an instant moment. And in that moment, I realized that for me, I don't know how. I know just I'm going to have success. I put down, literally, I put down in my journal, I'm going to become a lawyer. I'm going to become an international lawyer. I'm going to speak many languages. I'm going to travel around the world I'm going to become a business lawyer specifically. I don't know why it was in my mind to become a business lawyer, because it's nothing to do in a divorce case with a business lawyer, but I wanted to travel somehow I put in a state of pain, I decide to have success. And after, of course, I remember that day I was going and buy the books for starting studying and in my child mind. But here we are. I mean, the success becomes true when you feel the decision in all your body, in your system. So it was for me. So for you,
can share. Yes, for you, the envision, the success, it was very powerful, and having this vision of what success means and what am I in this, this dress up and the success, and the success. For me, it was. I like this quote about progress, because as Alina said about not being, this balance between perfectionism and progress. Mm-hmm. It's not about being perfect. It's about having a progress. And success, it's like a sum of, achievement, but also mistakes you go through. It's the commitment you do. And every day having this, satisfaction that you done something little bit toward the success. So the intention and the vision, it's so important. And for me, success, it was different, because I was kind of perfectionist, and I was, going so hard through this profession, with this perfectionism behind me, that it was following me. And after, when I realized that I'm close to lose myself in this marathon of achievement, my goals, I realized it's not about perfectionism and getting perfect. And when you want to be a perfect, you are going to be very judgmental, and you have to, not allowing yourself doing mistakes. So I think success, it's a sum between mistakes and achievement, and this going forward. And for me, success, it was quite different, because it was changing. The success paradigm in my mind, it was changing. So when I achieved this awareness, this wisdom inside of me, I decide different values. So when I realized that my values are different, my definition of success, it was different. So yes, this is my story, and this is my perception about success. So today, for me, it's very important to have success and to have this balance. And for me, success is when I take care of myself, when I make the wheel of life, and I realize that I have balance between my personal life, my professional, intellectual, social life, and when I feel this balance, I feel a success for me.
So the first question for our participants would be, what means for you success, having success? Today, you can put today in this pandemic time, let's see, to put down in your words, in your connecting with your heart, and to understand what means success. For somebody, success means to have a harmony in the family. Success means to make a lot of money. Success means different things for everybody. So I invite you to put down, to write somewhere what success means for me. And we can go to the next slide. Okay, so
very interesting how we see the world today. What is the filter we see the world today? Because we tend to see the world through our experiences and through our we identify many times. It's a tendency of the people, the human being, to be identify with the environment, with the external world. But to have this clarity, first of all, you have to have this connection within yourself and to have this centering, because clarity is power. So the power we have today to engage more than ever is the power within us. So
it's very important to put a clear goal. And when we have a goal, the goal should be related to our values. So imagine this is the goal, this is my value. Make a list with my values and the list with my goals. And there you see, okay, I have a goal to achieve this, but it's not in harmony with my values. And there is going to be the conflict if you don't align your goals to your value. And when you start having this kind of playing between goals and values, you understand, you have clarity, you understand, now I'm clear, my goals are in harmony with my values. So it's so important to put goals that are aligned with our values.
Yeah, because if you don't have these goals, and if you don't have this filter, this lens that are aligned with the values, you're gonna have unconsciously, you're going to make choices. You're going to make, you're going to act through different lenses that are not belonging to your values and to yourself. And after you realize what I did, why I have these blockages in my life, what happens? So when you have this clarity and the lens that are aligned with your values, you have clarity, and clarity is power. Right?
Yeah, because success is not just the number of cases in the court. It's also the sum of achievements, like a personal life, achievements with your family. Success means many things together. So the clarity is related to success always. To be clear, the goals and the value together guides you for a success career.
So what you're saying is almost doing a pros and cons list, listing your values on one side and your goals on the other to see if they match.
Exactly. Yes, it's so important. There you have the clarity. There you understand this is 100% what represents myself.
Yeah.
It's me. I feel it's me. It's my real goal in life. And when we have clarity, the success is kind of automatic path. But of course, as Andreea said, you have to make every day a little step, baby steps toward your success. Progress and perseveration, to be every day connected with your success.
Yes, and I think this is important, because after you see blurry, so you don't have clarity. You have to keep your lens. Okay, so I think we are ready for the next slide. This is a good one.
Be honest with yourself. What does it mean be honest with yourself? It's everybody's honest. Or how it works here.
It's something that I mentioned before. It's this power of centering and, making a little bit space around you and taking this space, going literally in the space, you have this intimacy with yourself, and you are away from, external life world, and you go in internal work, into internal work, and you have this centering, and you take some minutes, some place with yourself, some minutes with yourself, and you go into this place, this wisdom within you, and there you're gonna get rid of any beliefs that are not belonging to you. You get rid of a lot of stuff that is not you, right? So even you have all these beliefs, you are not there. You are in your wisdom, in your center. From there, you see everything more clear. And from there, you are able to be honest with yourself and to ask the wisdom part of yourself, to ask what matters for me, what is important. And from there, also, you're going to get the answers for yourself. Right?
Yeah, and the powerful questions guide you toward powerful results. Before we have, in a few minutes, we have some questions for you guys. And but before going to the next slide for the question, I'm gonna ask you to relax a little bit, to go because Andreea talked about the state, to take some few minutes, moments, and to relax, to take a relaxed position. We're going to put you in a state of relaxation, because when we are connected with ourselves, we become true with ourselves.
And the best friend here is our breath.
Exactly.
So we're going to invite you to take deep breath.
Yeah, I'm going to put a nice music.
And grab a piece of paper and a pen, because you're going to be writing down your answers, so you can take this on with you after the program.
Sure.
So let's take some breath together. Relax your body. And just be in connection with yourself. And together we're gonna take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And feel the connection with your breath. Feel the state of relaxation. It's like you allowed yourself to gifting yourself a few moments. Gifting yourself a few moments to be connected with yourself, with your goals in life, with your life, with the present moment. Where are you now in your life? And start being connected with yourself. And in this state, slowly you can open your eyes. You can go to the next slide. And here, in this beautiful state, connecting with yourself, you can answer the following question. So the first question:
does the profession of being a lawyer match my skills and goals? The second question: what are my personal benefits if I choose to be a lawyer? The third question: what is most important to me about this profession? The next question: where do I want to go and why? And the last question: what will my life be like when I achieve my goal?
Those are powerful questions that having an answer, like having the guarantee toward our success. Because when we have clarity, when we are aligned again with our value, and when we go every day with a small step toward our goals, it's like a receipt for success. And everyone has their own receipt because everyone is unique.
So it's interesting because the first question goes along with what I was saying, that I wanted success for me was using some of my talents to be able to, you know, do a profession that makes me be able to support myself. You know, if you have skills that are matching with being a lawyer, it's probably much easier to get to the goals that are within that skill level or that talent that you have, right?
Exactly, and we don't have to forget about the title of this webinar. It's a unique lawyer. It's everything related to the uniqueness, because our self, it's our brand, our prolongation, our personality, everything, our treasure, inner treasure, everything, all gifts we have inside, like resources, either are, you know, your skills of personality, talent, charisma, knowledge, you know, passions, everything are part of our uniqueness. So when we create our uniqueness, we are aligned, we have this place of integrity. So when we are in this place of being in the integrity place, we are building our capital of credibility. We have this alignment or with our uniqueness. We create our mindset, unique mindset. We don't have to copy anybody. We are going inside, and from there, we're gonna share the best of ourselves.
I encourage our participants to write comments and to ask questions if you guys have some questions about this. If not, we can.
So, Nadira, you wanted to say something? Sorry, I interrupted.
No, I'm just looking to see if there's questions. Alex, can you see the questions? Are there any questions in the Q&A?
No questions yet.
Okay, thank you. I couldn't see any, so I wanted to check. But yes, you were talking about the uniqueness and using your skills and your talents and the things that will help you to achieve your goals that accelerate that are actually unique to each person. So that goes along with all of these questions, like what are your personal benefits? What's most important to you? Where do you want to get in this profession? Why do you want to be there? Those are all personal and unique things to every person. And it can't be a copycat. I think I meet a lot of young lawyers that are trying to copy the next famous lawyer in that profession or in that skill area. They want to know the most famous person, you know, I don't know, personal injury attorney or the most famous criminal law attorney. And yes, you can get information from them and you can learn from them quite a bit actually, but copying them doesn't really work if that's not what's in your skill level and that's not where your talents lie. Being a copycat doesn't really work. I think that's what I'm hearing you guys say, that you really have to delve into who you are for you to be successful.
Yes, it's exactly. And well, it's good to have a model, you know, to have somebody who is inspiring you, to have somebody who has success. But you have just to give this information that helps you to be motivated, but not being and like you know, trying hard to do the similar, but from there getting the inspiration and the motivation, because the motivation is going to give you this inner drive, you know, to discover your uniqueness and to see, what about me? How I can be the best version of myself achieving this? So
we can go to the next slide.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
So here is the line.
Yes, here is the progress we were talking about, you know, because this line we can have in our mindset in micro steps or big steps. We have to have this line where we accumulate all these qualities like vision, mission, goal, strategy, implementation towards success. But we have to have this picture also in the micro steps toward progress. Because what I said before about motivation, imagine something, you you finish the day. And in the end of the day, it was a study made by Harvard, because many people, they had this decrease of success. And it was a study that they said that when you are going through the day, and in the end of the day, you feel this satisfaction, this, fulfillment for anything. Already you have the achievement of the success, it was higher. So be aware how is your day, and be conscious how you finish your day. Because if you finish like being satisfied, you are on the good path. If not, take care of yourself, go centering, ask for help, inform yourself and see what is going on with you, and reevaluate, reframe maybe something is going wrong. Maybe your vision is not aligned with your goal, right? Or is not aligned with your strategy. You don't have a good strategy. So all these elements, it's important to match together.
Yeah, are connected. And I saw many times in my coaching session clients who are feeling, they are successful, but they feel like they are not successful. They are not feel enough. This feeling I'm doing, but never feel enough success. It's a common thing for lawyers because they are always doing and achieving, but never feeling like fulfill and enough. This is a very important topic.
I think it's a different webinar.
Yeah, that will be a webinar in itself, I think.
So let's go here a little bit through this. As Alina said, for example, this is a good example with vision. She had this vision, having this ambition, how success looks, what kind of person shall I be when I'm successful lawyers, right? How the clients, they see me, how I'm gonna see the world, where I'm gonna go, what kind of lifestyle I'm gonna have, what kind of services I'm gonna provide, how it's gonna be everything, details. How is gonna be my brand, my office, my relationships quality, what are my values. When you have this vision, you have to have the whole picture and to have very clarity, to frame very well in your mindset. And after, you're gonna check your mission, right? Because being in this path, especially lawyers, when we are here to serve others, we have to know our purpose, right? Because some lawyers, they have just purpose, money, or I don't know, anything that is not meaningful. You have to see what is meaningful mission for you and how this align to the whole context, right? Because we are living in the whole ecosystem. So check out what is your purpose doing this profession and living your life in general. Right?
And there are a couple of questions in Q&A if you can check them out.
Sure.
I missed the beginning economy membership free now. We can see the last question. The last comment is like, you are welcome.
No, not chat, but Q&A. You can push Q&A button, and in Q&A.
Sorry.
Okay.
How do you recommend
dealing with obstacle, difficult people, challenging situation that frustrate your path to success? This is a good one. Thank you for the question. Because when we don't have these challenges, when we don't have these obstacles, we are not growing. I'm going to tell you something. The growth is going only through challenges and this path of going through, breaking through, because this gives us energy and gives us more power, to going and to breaking through, In that moment, you're going to decide in which side you're going to position yourself, failure or successful, right? So that is very valuable. And we like to say all these challenges are our masters. Because when we have those people, situation, there we make decisions, right? Maybe we make decisions to have different kind of clients. Maybe we make decisions that our value is different and we start validating ourselves and we're gonna own our worth. So when we have this kind of situation, is the best moment when you have this reflection and when we restore, we reframe our, the whole picture we are talking about here.
And I'm going to answer, thank you for your answer. I'm going to answer to the next question is how to break the mindset of self-doubt, of seeing others who do more, have more, are more successful. Here's the thing. If your goal is it's like external world, what others, like Andreea said before, and Nadira, don't copy, but see what is your unique value. I'm gonna ask you to put the first goal to be connected to yourself, to your uniqueness, and to put down what others people see good in me, what I see good in me, and be focused. The first goal is your person, it's your worth, it's your value. Everyone have a value, something valuable. I mean, we all are born with gifts. We all are unique and different, and we all have something to share, to give to the world. I mean, this is the first goal somebody has to have when it's about having winning the worth, the own worth.
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you when there's something more success, more having more. I'm gonna tell you something. We are more than a lawyer.
Yeah.
You know, for sure we are more than a lawyer, and you don't have to have doubts about this, because when you start thinking about yourself that you are more than a lawyer, you're more than this profession. We go through life in different kind of roles. Go in your life and see where you are now, where you had the results, and be aware of your results, be aware of your successful moments, be aware and remind yourself what other people validate in you, what you validate in yourself, and stay connected with you, with those resources inside of yourself, and make a little bit space for a moment until you gain this connection. And from that place, I'm going to guarantee you not going to have that, because you're going to engage this power within you, this part that is validating yourself as a person, as a professional, as any role you have in your life. And when you gain this validation, any doubt is gonna disappear.
Yeah,
I can guarantee.
And no comparison with others, because you are unique. You are unique, and nobody is like you in this world.
Yeah. So
we are twins from the same cell, but we are so different. I'm unique, and she's unique. So everybody is unique, and manifestation of uniqueness in our profession. This is the secret.
Yes.
To manifest what is unique in you in this profession.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
If I could make a couple of comments on the questions as well. In dealing with difficult people and situations, like you said, you come out of them successful, because just dealing with them actually and overcoming the situation makes you successful. And what I try to do a lot is when I'm coming across something that's an obstacle or something that's difficult, I think about the successes that I've had in the past. Mm-hmm. And I think, oh, well, the law school was so hard, and I got through that. So this is not going to be so much of a problem. It's not that different. It's just going to take the time for me to take a breath, to look at the situation and see, how did I deal with the other situations in my life that were challenging? How did I deal with other challenging people and come out of it successful? And that helps me tie into where my talents are, where my talents lie in dealing with difficult situations. And as far as the self-doubt, one of the things I think about often is everybody has self-doubt. I mean, we are all unique, but the one thing that's common is no matter how famous or successful you are, you have self-doubt. I've had so many successful businessmen or attorneys that I've talked to, and when you come into with them with this particular moment where they're not feeling right about themselves or about the situation, and you see the self-doubt. I've had very successful businessmen say things to me like, oh, I'm such a screw up. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, like you own this entire company. How could you be a screw up? But everybody has those moments of self-doubt, and everybody has to go back and look at themselves and see that they are successful. They've been successful in the past, and they'll be successful in the future.
Yeah, and feeling enough.
Yes, and this is feeling enough, and this the self-doubts. I went through this, and I'm telling you, this comes a little bit from this perfectionist area about self-doubt, and it was like, okay, let's me to do, also this master and this, but self-doubt leads you to go to do more and more and more, and not validating yourself. And when you realize that self-doubt can lead you to procrastination, you realize it's not what I want. It's very different than my goal. It's very different than my vision. It's very different than my mission, where I am. And you start going, around of these values and this, the line of success. So I think we give some clarity, and I think it was helpful, the answer. So we go a little bit forward with the strategy in this line, because we were talking about vision, mission, goals, and strategy. You have all this stuff, you have the vision, the mission, the goal, but if you don't have a system, if you don't have a structure, how are you gonna go there? You have a destination, but you have to have this roadmap, right? So
a Google map.
Exactly. So when you have this structure, this system, it's much easier, right? It's less effort. It's less, emotional toxicity, and you get rid of a lot of all the obstacles that they can appear in the way of success. So structure and systemic structure, it's important to go towards success. And after this, you're going to have this patience to make all the implementation and to trust the process, right? To have this trustful in your intention and your destination, and to be prepared to go there and to take everything. To trust the process and to be open toward this path.
And you're gonna know who is your ideal client, because when you are clear about what you want, you know also who is your ideal client.
Yeah,
this is also another discussion. And let's go to the next slide to see where is the next slide. Mindset.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so important. Mindset.
Our dogs.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Give value and importance to every client. So here it's about the client. We talk about ourselves, but it's so important to have in consideration that we're gonna be in relationship with our clients, and to have to see the clients like a whole, like a relationship, to build a relationship, to give value like a client, not like a human being, to see a human being in your client.
Because there it's matter of relationship, because we are human beings, and first of all we are connected. So when we create this connection from human to human, it's starting to value. You start to value your relationship with your clients, because it's the connection. Our tendency is to be focused in the case, and be challenged about the case, about what is going, what is with your case, and to be prepared to jump on resolving and setting the results for your clients. But don't forget about the client's connection, because our subconscious mind, they make connection before we go in the relationship. So be aware about your clients. And when you give value to yourself, and when you validate yourself, you're going to start validating your clients. And from that place, you start the worth in the relationship. So it's yourself is the client, and it's the relationship you're going to build with your client.
So our three elements, it's about you, it's about your client, and the third is about relationship that you create with your client. There you become believable. There your client is gonna choose you because you are unique.
Yes, you build like assets of credibility there, the trustful.
Did I want to add something?
On the client one, on the next one.
The next one.
Okay, on being believable, that it kind of goes back to what I was saying, when in sales and marketing, you can copy a lot of the other people's techniques to try to actually sell a product or to do exactly what the most successful person in the room is doing, but you're just being a copycat, and people can see that. So the being believable is really important, because you want to actually be honest with your client, with yourself. Be like, I'm going to do this thing, having the integrity to know where your limitations are, and tell your client what you can't do and what you can't do, or what they can and can't do. Sometimes they want outcomes that are almost impossible. And so be believable in what you can actually provide for yourself and for your client in your career. Don't try to do what somebody else is doing. Don't try to just say the things that other people are saying because they're successful and you sound like a parrot. You want to be believable. You want to say the things that you actually believe in.
Yeah, I think it's very important to share the action you believe in and to share about your values, because this is a part where you connect with your clients. And don't be shy to share the results. I used to share with clients, of course, of respecting the confidentiality and everything, to share about, the successful cases I had. So don't be shy, be open and say what you did, what you have done in this similar case or in general. So share with your clients, connect like a human to human, and not from that place of being, very arrogant, but it's from the place of humbleness and being, owning your worth, and with the intention to create and to give this openings and to create a bridge, between you and your clients to be believable, show some results, right? Then be generous and act sustainably. Be generous and act sustainably. This is important, especially in this period of time now, because you have to make a difference, right? So are so many lawyers in the marketplace, in our field, right? In this pandemic time, everything is changing, right? Everything takes different shape. So we all have to change mindset. This is the purpose of this seminar, because when we go through transition, now is the moment to make a difference and to show how you make the difference. Being generous is when you, for example, take care of your clients. You have a client in a certain kind of industry and you have some information. You're going to make a very nice email and you're going to send to your clients, or you're going to send a letter or something to your clients with your caring in this period and with showing that you are there for the clients, for your client, and showing this meaningful relationship that you want to build with the clients, because now more than ever it's difficult to create this connection and network and to socialize that. But be generous and share something share something, anything you have to share, you can share from yourself to create this connection.
And even it's a hard time with pandemic, the social and professional network is so important. And the very fast solution would be to be part of networking that could bring you clients, but not from the state that you're gonna sell something, just from the place you want to make connections from human to human, because it's all about this today. It's all about sharing and giving, and end of the day we feel better when we give something. We don't feel better when we receive, because giving is like a healthy feeling of being successful. It's nice receiving, but I'm telling you, are also many studies on this subject, and it feels much better when we give.
Yes, and you feel more fulfilled. You feel your worth because you give from your worth. You give from your generosity place. And in this networking, when you create this connection, I know a lot of lawyers, they are going through difficult time now, but find something to share, to give, find some places, some communities when you can give from your resources, because there you're going to find a satisfaction inside of yourself. You're going to be connected with your worth. So you're going to remind yourself that is this part within me that is valuable. I'm worthy, something that is reminding you. So having meaningful, networking is so important, and having this connection from human to human and to have a purpose, right? Because in our lives, the satisfaction is very important, and it leads us to motivation. And many people, they are very depressed in this period of time. So if you don't think about money that much. Think about having a purpose and having this connection. And these are like seeds you are planting for the future, and makes you feeling good in that moment, because you have a purpose.
And I want to say something to everybody here, because I'm talking about giving and sharing. I want to give you like a free session, me and my sister and I, because we talk about giving. We offer you like a free session of coaching. So feel free to reach out to us, and we're gonna offer you like a gift, a free coaching session. So it's not just we talk about this. We like to give. This is matter of integrity, of course. Yeah. And yes, create this network.
Take advantage of it. I'm going to take advantage of it. So anybody listening to the webinar, I would encourage you to take advantage and see what you can learn from a coaching session. I haven't done one before, so for me, it's interesting.
Okay.
More than welcome. Anytime.
Yeah. Anytime.
So
feel free to reach out, and we're gonna send you them.
Okay, and networking. Yes, in this social networking, you create a Zoom meeting like happy hours, like we did in work-life balance. We have all these meetings. Please reach out to us and join the work-life balance committee, and we're gonna have happy hours and to support each other, because this is the most important thing, to create this connection in this period of time, and to create this valuable connection that is gonna be a legacy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
and also with actually the barristers too, they have a lot of opportunities for you to be able to give up some of your talents. We do a lot of volunteer work. We feed the homeless. We have a legal clinic, a free legal clinic. We're also working with LA Represents and providing attorneys for anybody who needs in the city of Los Angeles. And we're working on a pro bono clinic right now with the Beverly Hills Bar. There's so many places where there's a need and that you can give of your talents. Or if you want to do something different, I mean, just, do something nice for somebody elderly in your community. In my apartment complex, a guy put on the laundry room door that if you're elderly and can't go to the store, he'll go for them, and, you can do small things like that are so helpful for people, and you're giving, and at the same time, you're fulfilling yourself by being able to give. Yeah. And then as far as networking, we also have the network, which I had talked about before, which is a place where you can network with people of other professions, and you can, try to, build relationships there and develop your skills, your social skills, building relationships and networking with other professionals. So even here, as we're doing this webinar, there are so many opportunities to be able to implement some of these things.
Sure. Amazing.
Yes. About organize and structure.
Yes, and this I'm actually talking to myself sometimes, because I find that when I'm organized, I have much less stress. Like, for example, right now we're doing some huge transactions for our clients all at the same time. And when I make lists for myself and I can check it off, it makes it much less stress for me, because I know I'm not forgetting anything. I know that the pile on my paper is going down, even though it doesn't look like it. All of that pile on my desk is diminishing as the day goes by and as each day goes by. But if you saw my desk right now, you'd probably tell me that I need to take this webinar again, because I need to organize it some more. But one of the things that I did do is, we are so used to using our phones to be organized and put our calendars in here and everything. I actually went back to doing a planner. And the thing that's so helpful about this, and I mean, if you want more information on this particular one, I'll tell you. But in addition to like having a calendar, it also has like some space to put like your goal for the week, maybe to put like the personal list of personal things you need to get done. Like there's open space here for ideas of things that you want to do. So I went to a blank page because I don't want you guys to see all my stuff that I wrote around. So I went to way in the future. But it's not just like a calendar where you're putting all your appointments. You're actually putting ideas and goals and things for yourself every week, and notes for yourself, so that if something comes to mind, you can just write a note, and then later on you can look back and say, oh, I wanted to do this thing. I wanted to do this webinar with Alina and Andreea, and so let's follow up on that. So you can just like put little notes about things that you want to do. I found that works much better for me than trying to just keep a calendar in my phone with reminders. Yes. Because I can jot down ideas as I go along. So being organized and structured helps me so much with the stress of this job and being able to accomplish the things that I need to on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to keep up with all the deadlines and everything.
It's amazing, and I think it's very useful, the journal, to have this paper. And something I want to add, it's very good to make at the end of the day, before going to your relaxation part of the evening, put in the evening everything you want to fulfill for the next day. Because if you are not putting on the paper all night, they're going to come in your mind. So when you are on the paper already, you empty your mind and are there. So this is a good exercise to do before. And don't forget to put on your organizing on your agenda yourself, your well-being, everything. This is very important.
Yeah,
so,
I think I was talking to Andreea earlier in this week, and one of the trainers at my gym offered to do a special class one night, and she texted me and said, "Can you come? I know you're really busy and everything. It's a little bit earlier. It's at 5:30." So I said, "Well, I'll put it on my calendar." And so I actually wrote it in my planner, and that I was going to go and do this class. And that day, an attorney called me and said, "Well, I'll talk to you at 5 o'clock today." I'm saying, "I'm sorry, I have to be somewhere," because it was on my calendar, and it was an appointment that I made for myself because it's something I really wanted to do, and something that was very, very healthy for me.
This is amazing, because you are first. If we don't feel fulfilled, we can feel others.
Yeah,
and we have to be passionate about ourselves.
Yes, we have to be passionate about, because this passion within you is giving you the enthusiasm,
the energy, vitality, and keeps you going in a state of happiness. This is the most important.
Yes, find anything that gives you this passion, because it's like charging your battery. You have to have this energy from any
exercise
kind.
It's a good passion exercise.
Anything.
It's just that balance between what you have to do and what you want to do. And I thought I could take the call tomorrow. I don't have to take it at 5 o'clock, but this class is only happening today at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, you make the choices to balance things out sometimes.
Sure. Yeah.
I think we have to go to the next slide. Yeah, you are more than a lawyer. Unlock your full potential. We've talked about this. It's so important to be aware about your all parts, because you are more than a labeled lawyer or bias that our society is putting on us as a professionals.
Yes, and when it was the answer we give to the previous question, yes, it's true. So knowing yourself, you feel more confident, right?
Correct.
We know that the first connection we have to do with the clients is the source of credibility. If you don't believe in yourself, if you are not believing in your resources, in your capacity, in your worth, you're not going to transfer to the client this state, right? So when you know more about yourself, when you validate more yourself, and when you are in touch with these resources that maybe you forgot about them for years and years, right? That they are, maybe you have people, a lot of a negative environment around you, and you forgot about your worth and about your resources. So do your homework, your inner work, and be connected with your resources. And not only be connected, and do something to enrich your resources within yourself. Invest in yourself, invest in your personal self and in your knowledges, intellect, anything that gives you this enrichment, right? So the resources in the place where you feel enriched and you feel worthy, it's very important to do this work, because from there you understand you are more than you hear you are, or the people they say around, or that you maybe some part of your mind is judging you, so go in that place of resources and allow yourself to go there and to see your personal qualities, right?
Yeah, and the same is for your clients. Ask your clients what are their hobby and passion, and this is a good start to make like a connection with the client. When the same passion are between you and your client, builds a good relationship, because it's a comfort zone that we create, and this the state of safeness creating between you and your client.
Mm-hmm. And know more about specialization in the area and the field you are. Be curious and enrich yourself also in that area, because you're going to make a difference, right? As more things and more passionate you are about the industry, you're going to build more confidence.
Yeah, I remember I had, for example, clients who were in industrial area, and I was going in the fabric, in manufacture, to see what they are doing, how they are, what is the real business they are doing. And it makes a difference because the client can feel you are interested in what he's doing. You are interested to know more about the business, not just the contracts and the papers reading, but you want to know more about the business, the client.
Yes, and remember, any clients want to feel important.
Yeah.
You know, so do this work and see what is different there. Okay,
Yes.
so I think we go to the next slide. 5 motivation that makes a difference. Okay, let's go fast here. So when we get this, what you just said about new information, right? New information are new possibilities, you know? So be open mind, open heart. And from there, you never know. Don't expect, like also when you go to networking, to, you know, don't expect the immediately results. Just be curious and be open and be there. Be open ears, you know, and open heart to receive, right?
Yeah.
So each lawyer has been given the unique gift and wonderful potential.
Yeah, I like this because it's true. Your brand, it's an extension of yourself. What represents you most? For example, in my case, I like foreigners' language. I mean, English is my 5th language, but I always choose to work with international companies, with international business people, and having this relationship and speaking different language. So this was my unique gift that I had and I own. But if I had just for me and I didn't use it in my profession, I couldn't feel fulfilled.
It was the gift created by yourself.
Yeah, actually, I put my intention there when I was 16. I'm going to speak many languages and I'm going to do this, and that.
And you learn a lot. And
Sure, but
so it's the investment we are doing in ourselves, in our brand.
Yeah, because we are a brand. We are ourselves. We sell. I don't like the word sell, but we are our mind, and we are in the relationship with the client.
Yes, and it's your brand. It's what we said the brand.
Yeah, it's extension of
yourself. This is matter of how much authenticity you bring in the relationship with the clients, because this you can feel, you know, and this, I think this is very appreciated by people, by clients, when you speak from authentic self and you are not just behaving in a certain way like you think this is good to be and this is good. It's, of course, we're going to talk about halo effect, how is the impact, and every, you know, we are all different and every person puts you different labels. But you have to have this integrity and to be very centered in your values.
Yeah, and there you have a meaningful communication with your client. It's so important to have a meaningful communication, to speak also from the heart to heart, because we are all human beings.
Yes, and lawyers, they have this fear of being vulnerable, and you're feeling, because clients, they have this expectation to be, you know, strong and to appear
like a shark.
We are human beings, and
have everybody's.
I think the vulnerability is the place when we really create this connection, right?
Yeah.
You know, to show that you are a human, right? To show the empathy. If it's, I don't know, family case, family clients, I don't know, anything, to be this. To show the human part from of yourself. Build a structure of unique lawyer. So you have to have that structure that Dira talked before. You have to have the system. And when you have this picture of the system in which you are playing, you know, in this role of being a lawyer, you have more peaceful, you know, peace of mind. Because you know what is going to be. You have predictability. So this is so important in achieving the success. You have to be in the place where everything is predictable. When you have a system, you have this structure in your mind and helps you to
own your self-leadership.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes. So it's about leadership. That Dira, I know you want to tell us something about self-leadership.
Yeah, actually, I was, when we were talking about this, having more confidence in your self-leadership, I wanted to address it a little bit because I think it's an important concept. Self-leadership was first talked about in 1983. Charles Mans, who's a management professor at University of Massachusetts.
Alex, can you go to the next slide? Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. He was the first to actually use this term in 1983. He defined it as a comprehensive self-influence perspective that concerns leading oneself. So when we look at leadership, we continually think about leading people like it's an outward process of influencing other people. But self-leadership, on the other hand, is really about influencing ourselves and creating the self-motivation and self-direction that we need to get to where we want to go and establish what we want to accomplish. So I'm going to shorten this quite a bit because I know that we're running out of time, and I'm sorry that we're going a little bit over, you guys. But self-leadership right now, when we think of the modern day in COVID, it's really the answer to how we develop ourselves to survive and to thrive in a very volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world, because that's what we're living in right now. And there's a few different skills that we have that we can continue to develop to actually strengthen our self-leadership. And they're listed here. There's self-awareness, motivation, dedication, empathy, social skills, self-regulation, accountability, curiosity, self-discipline, humility, and self-compassion. And I was going to talk about each one of these things, but some of them are pretty self-explanatory. We all know how to be dedicated. We know what empathy is. So I'll just talk about some of the major ones. Self-awareness, which is something we've been talking about throughout this webinar. It's one of the most important in developing self-leadership. It's the sense of self and who you are. It's understanding what your goals are, what your strengths and weaknesses are, what you can improve. You're going to have a really good self-understanding of who you are and be able to identify what you want to accomplish. And that's what we've been talking about in this whole webinar. I mean, we could spend hours talking about how to be self-aware. You want to be able to have the ability to understand your personal moods, even your emotions, what motivates you, how they impact you. And people who are self-aware can also do a really good, accurate self-assessment, which will build your self-confidence. So when you're talking about self-doubt and things like that, when you're more self-aware, you will have more self-confidence. It just comes with it because you know who you are. And that's one thing that we often don't recognize who we are and our accomplishments. We don't celebrate the small things along the way that tell us like we have accomplished things like I can do this, I can do that. And it also gives you, and when you have this self-awareness, it also lets you know where your boundaries are with other people. When people are coming in on your territory and pushing your boundaries, and you can actually stand still and say, no, I don't need to accept this from you. This is how we're going to handle this situation. You know, when you're self-aware and you know who you are, you're able to set those boundaries. You're also able to know your limitations. You're able to know how high you can go. And every time you reach a goal, you realize that, oh, I didn't think I could do that. I can do another one. And you can move higher and move further. So I think self-awareness is one of the most important things. Motivation, being able to be self-motivated is also very important. It actually gives you the energy to push past your limits. So when you're motivated, when you have self-motivation and you come to something that maybe is a goal that you think is a little unattainable or not for you, you are willing to work with those challenges and push those limits and be able to have a little bit of a passion to drive you further than you thought that you would be able to go before. So that motivation is something to develop as well, because it will help you, again, with your self-confidence and be able to actually achieve some of the successes and the goals that you want to achieve. Dedication is a prerequisite. We all know what it is. We all went to law school, or even if we don't go to law school and we're in some other business, we all had to achieve goals along the way to get to where we are. And the more you persistence is key to this. The more you persist, the faster and easier you will be able to accomplish and be dedicated. The persistence helps you actually become a self-leader. Because if you're persistent, you're motivated. If you're motivated, you're going to reach your goals, and you're self-aware about where you can be and where you can't be and where you want to go. So those are the three that I thought were very, very important for self-leadership. Empathy, of course, you need to understand other people and how they feel. And that's what Alina and Andreea were talking about in knowing your clients and understanding them and letting them know that you know them and that you're interested in them. Sorry.
I think this discipline is very important, the self-discipline and self-regulation, you know, to have this awareness about where you are and what is your ritual in order to keep this centering.
Yeah, a lot of the self-regulation is actually the ability to regulate your emotions. You know, I'm sure you've all seen meetings where there's people who make outbursts, and even in court situations or whatever situations, people have emotional outbursts. Self-regulation is the ability to control those and to take a breath and think for a minute about how you want to answer the question or the situation. And it's a more thought out and deliberate response than an emotional response.
Yeah, it's so true.
Thank you.
Sorry?
Thank you so much for your beautiful explanation on this slide. And because it's I think she's not finished. Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. I have a lot more, but I know that we're really short on time. We're going over a little bit, so I don't want to keep everybody too long. But so I'm just going through a few of them. On social skills, of course, you know, the first 30 seconds of a conversation is where people make a judgment about who you are and what you're about. So that's the most important. That's something I learned in Sales 101, that you need to be able to build a rapport in 30 seconds or less. And so that's something to keep in mind. And you can practice social skills when you do these networking events and things like that, because you can practice how you connect with other people, because connecting with other people is very important for self-leadership. And of course, accountability. You want to be accountable to yourself, your decisions, your thoughts. You want to actually check yourself literally and make sure that you're going in the direction that you want to go and not in a different direction. You're not going the other way by your actions and your thoughts and your words and the way that you organize yourself. You want to make sure that your values are on the top of the list. Curiosity, you want to keep looking at yourself to find out more about yourself. You know, like we are all a mystery to ourselves in a way. I mean, we know each other, we know ourselves from maybe some conditioned beliefs and biases, self-identities that may not be true. And so it's a way of discovering yourself and who you are. That's where the curiosity is to discover more of yourself and what your real values and goals are.
And also, I want to add something here about being curious about the client and to ask more questions. The clients feel more confident and more open. So we have this role to help our clients to open, because they are kind of afraid to open to lawyers. So being curious and from that place of empathy and connection, the curiosity is really a very important, bridge between you and the clients. Being curious and knowing about the clients, and you have to gain information. So curiosity is really worthful.
Mm-hmm. And a self-discipline, of course, we know is necessary for just to manage your personal life and your mental and emotional state constantly. Most quality people are very, very self-controlled. They have a really tremendous sense of inner calm and resolve, and they're well organized. They demonstrate tremendous willpower and determination in everything they do. So that's something to keep in mind. Like, you want to develop those skills to be more self-disciplined so that you can actually get the success that you want to get and be the leader of your life. And humility, really understanding that you're not in control of everything. I mean, we know that now. This year, 2020, is the year to show us that more than anything else. So you don't know all the answers. You're not in control of everything. And it's okay. And it requires a lot of courage to become aware of our own shortcomings and our limitations. But those are also not things that we can't evolve. We can still work on those things. Even if you have a shortcoming or a limitation, you can still evolve past that. If you work on some of these self-leadership issues, you can actually progress to places that you never thought that you would be.
Yeah, it's so nice you said you don't have control of anything. You have control of your inner state. The only control
we have, and it's the most important to have the control of inner state.
And it's important to control also the story we are telling to ourselves. From there, we're going to create the better state. So we have to control the story we go through the world.
It's true. And I mean, I think that's the only way to deal with things sometimes, especially where the world is right now, is the only thing that we can control is ourselves. And the last thing I wanted to say is self-compassion. It's so important, especially in this profession where we're so hard on ourselves and other people are hard on us, and even friends and family can be hard on us. And so I just want to remind you that self-compassion will help your growth, your personal development. When we have compassion for ourselves, when we treat ourselves with understanding and kindness and self-acceptance, we're able to actually be a help to other people. So just always remember to be kind to yourself.
And I want to add something with self-compassion. You can start anytime.
Yeah, you can
start today. You can't any moment. You can start being self-compassion.
It's true. It's true. So just keep that in mind.
Make a hug, like hug yourself.
Yes,
and say you are very, very well.
Yes, this not judgmental and being compassionate and grateful for what you are and what you have.
And who you are.
And who you are, of course.
Unique lawyer.
Yeah.
So, and I guess we can go on to the next slide then. I know we're going over a few minutes, but we won't be much longer, you guys.
Okay, so work-life balance, it's important for a unique lawyer. Yes, it's very important because as we started our story, our story starts from there. We were so focused on what successful was in our mindset in that period. And in this marathon of gaining success, many lawyers, they are losing their self. And they put this label, it's lawyer's life. No, it's not lawyer's life. It's our power to make choices, and we have this freedom to choose how our lives looks. So the work-life balance is something that we said here we have to put in our agenda. So thanks for Beverly Hills Bar Association gives me this opportunity to have this committee, and I encourage you, all of you, to come and to join this committee, because our mission in this committee is exactly to help to create this support for lawyers where they feel safe to open, they are not judged, and we are like a committee where you can be in this state where you can make this self-regulation and to have a space to bring this work-life balance, to bring this balance in your life, and to work on this part that maybe you don't have support. Here we have this intention to create a really support and to avoid burnout and to increase your self-esteem and to enjoy more life, right? Mm-hmm. Because this is the thing. And as much you make these micro steps toward this direction, you're gonna see that it's gonna be easier to cope with difficult situation, with pandemic time, with difficult clients. You have to invest a little bit in your well-being, and from there you're gonna see that you see differently the blockages, and especially in this period of time, it's very important to take care of ourselves and our immune system. Our immune system is not that what we eat, is what we think, what we feel, and what our actions. So we need kind of investment in this well-being and in our in our peace of mind, in ourself, because it's up to us. We are the creator of our immune system. So I really encourage you, please reach out to me, go to the website, to Beverly Hills Bar Association, and send me, your interests about work-life balance, or to Gena or anybody, and you're going to receive information about work-life balance. I think
next one.
Next slide.
What is more important than gratitude?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Thanks for being here. We appreciate this, and I hope that you have been encouraged by this webinar. That's what we're here for. Feel free to contact any of us and the barristers. We very much appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for your participation.
Thank you, Dira.
Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your comments. Thank you that you appreciate we're over time, but it's okay.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for staying with us. And was there another slide? Is there anything else?
No, it's this. It is like you in this mindfulness of gratitude, and to keep in your heart this gratitude and about yourself, others, everything. We thank you. I really felt, very good being here with you. Thank you, Dira. It was very nice having this moment and to share this, this moment, meaningful moments, as we said. It's very important, and I really thank you, appreciate, and I'm gonna keep this in my heart. Thank you, Beverly.
Well, I appreciate both of you being here. Thank you for being our guest from the Beverly Hills Bar Association and for your wonderful committee, Andreea. I've really had a pleasure working on this with you. And so thank you